Thank you so much, MEMPRO, for the training. At least I've attended one training of MEMPRO that was on organizational leadership. And well, at first we had a very different narrative and perception about MEMPRO, thinking probably it's promoting feminism. But when you understand the concept, it's something different. It's empowering us to leadership, but of course, not saying that we are tarnishing the image of the male gender. For us, we are for all, and we believe that we can work strong together. Right now, there's a lot of imbalances in society, but through some of these trainings and many more probably that are still coming in, we believe we are going to create this awareness in our communities. One thing I learned fervently is how the angles at which I take photos as a comms person. You find an example is when we're for a launch of a water source, a borehole, and they say, okay, ladies, we have brought for you water here. But personally, as a comms person, I decided it is the gentlemen to be fetching the water, and then the women are the ones pumping. So that is communicating that water is not only for women, but it's a role that men can play. And it doesn't make them less men. That is how I do in my communication leadership. And then also in communication, it's not all about the media aspect. In communication, you are linking other departments because you are supporting the office of the cow. The chief administrative officer is overall, and so you're supporting him, his office, to communicate even with other departments and also take down to the grassroots person. A case in point is how we work with our community services. If you do not understand the community down there in the grassroots, there is no way you can communicate effectively. So as a comms officer and having attained this leadership training that was at Ediofe, it helped me that even when you're speaking to the people there, speak as a leader, pull out women leaders and men leaders to understand that women can be in leadership roles and also encourage the men to support the women. Now me, it's also advantageous that I'm a lady, I'm a female, and I come from that same society of Arua district. I'm a native of Bura. So you find that they admire me. The men are like, look, this is our own daughter, and she's in a leadership role, she's in administration, and it's encouraging to our community. In my journey with MEMPRO, after that training and the engagements they are doing in our community, what has inspired me is, number one, they have given us space. They have supported the government. Because by the time somebody is saying we are taking the community radio to the society so that they come and air their views, it helps us to get the concerns of our communities. So to us, that is a plus, because then that is how the local government here gets information. Our sector heads are going to get information from that. We sieve out our mistakes and we are able to come up with better ways of governing and service delivery to improve for the citizens. It's paramount to see that we have women representation in everything, because we want to remove away the gender disparities. So what happens is, if I am scheduling a radio talk show, I look at the panelists, the specialists who are supposed to be there, and then most times you find 100% may be male and there is no female. But I have to get deliberate and pick out somebody, a female person who is specialized, and put them there. Let me just give an example. We are having a radio talk show next week that I'm scheduling with a partner, another partner. But unfortunately, the specialists are all gentlemen. And to be honest, there is no woman, or we don't have any female specialists there. So in our region here, it's a little crippled. You find that women are very few in leadership roles and also education level. So most of these official jobs you find they are mostly men. That's the honest bit about it. Probably because ancient times we used to classify female roles to be either a teacher, a nurse, but today we want to say that these women can come out. So what do I do? Now that I've seen I have 3 panelists and all are men, I can get from another local government. After all, if it's going on radio, it's going to be broadcast all over. It's not only for Arua district alone. Other districts are listening, the city is in, all name them, there are many in West Nile, so, and Uganda, world over, because now we have the internet, why not? Besides my job as communication officer for Arua district, I'm also editor-in-chief for the West Nile Today magazine. It's an online magazine. We started it, we are just going to our 29th edition. It's a weekly bulletin. So what we do, we share them with other women-led groups We share all over because we believe information is not segregative of one person or gender or any other issue of segregation, but then we share with all of them what we do. We believe that we should give them an open space so that everybody can come and benefit from that magazine or any other service that the government is providing. Now for this magazine, we publish all government works across the districts and also our NGOs and partners, what they do. Because at the end of the day, the NGOs or the IPs are here to bolster, to give energy to the government, to do certain things that they couldn't do, also to reach out to people they couldn't reach. Well, I thank MEMPRO because this feminism is rich. It is not only women. Sometimes there's a misconception around that word, but it's broader than that. It is something we can look out to make a better society, inclusive of everybody. Where we share those messages to the women groups, those are the women in business. Many of these women lack information. There is a lot, for example, there is Grow Up project of government, there is tourism. So you find that these are opportunities the women can leverage in. So most of our women are business people. They provide service on such days, events. So when they keep seeing this, they can also say, we can do this. It's business. To me, the future for women leadership in this district is diverse because many women are getting involved through all these different IPs and strategies the government is taking of inclusion. To me, the future is bright. In my role as communications, I'm rubbing shoulders with all these IPs every day, on a daily and frequently. So you find that it has put me in a role of listening, understanding people and giving solutions. Sometimes a department comes and speaking of a deficit, and I know which organization can actually help them. Sometimes it's an organization that needs help. I will tell them, okay, there's this department, go there. So in leadership, I believe we are doing well, and I'm sure there are many more other people that are coming up in this leadership space. And our work here is to hold their hand and so we can move together. Together we are strong. My call to action as a government officer today, looking at the problems and what's happening around us here, is that we should go deeper into the communities and identify more problems. Of course, a better Arua becomes a better Uganda, and then it can become a better world to live in. We are now living in a global village. I can communicate to anybody, anytime. Our levels of understandings should also be improved. Our level of doing things, the way we do our things, should be improved.